Thank you. I'm honored to be with you today for your commencement from one of the finest universities in the world.
Finest university in the world.
Truth be told, I never graduated from college.
I never graduated from college.
This is the closest I've ever gotten to a college
This is the
graduation.
closest I've ever done.
Today, I want to tell you 3 stories from my life.
I want to tell 3 stories.
No big deal.
Just 3 stories.
The first story
is
about connecting the
dots.
I dropped out of Reed College
I dropped out
of
of Reed College.
and stayed around as a drop-in for another
But
18 months or so before I really quit.
I really quit.
So why'd I drop out?
So I dropped
It
out.
started before I was born.
I started before I was
My
born.
biological mother
My
was
biological
a young,
mother
unwed
was
graduate
a
student,
unwed
and she decided
graduate
to put me
student.
up for adoption. She
She
felt very strongly that I should be
She
adopted
felt
by
very
college
strongly
graduates.
that-
So everything was all set.
So everything
for me to be
was all
adopted
set.
at birth by a lawyer and his wife.
Lawyer.
Except that when I popped out,
Except
they decided
that
at the last minute
popped out.
that they really wanted a girl. So my parents,
So my
who were on a
parents,
waiting list,
who
got
were
a call
on
in the
waiting
middle of the
list,
night
asking,
we've got an unexpected baby
I got
boy.
an
Do you want him?"
baby boy.
They said,
They said,
of course.
of course.
My biological mother found
My
out
biological
later
mother
that my mother
found
had never graduated from
never
college,
graduated from
and
college,
my father had
and
never
my
graduated
father
from high school.
had never graduated
She
from high school.
refused to sign the
She
final
refused
adoption
to
papers.
sign the final adoption paper.
She only relented a few months
only
later, and my
relented a few
parents
months.
promised that I
And
would go to
promised.
college. This was the start.
This was the
my
start
life.
in my life.
And 17 years later,
And
I
70
did go to
years
college.
later, I did go to
But I
college.
naively chose a college
But I
that was
never
almost
chose
as expensive
college.
as
It
Stanford.
was almost an
And all of my
expensive
working
Stanford.
class parents' savings were being spent on my college
Working-
tuition. After 6 months,
After 6
I
months,
couldn't see the value in it.
I could,
I had no idea what
I had
wanted to
no
do with
idea.
my life, and no idea how
And
college
no
was
idea
going to help me
how
figure it
college-
out. And here I was, spending all the
And
money
here
my
I
parents
was,
had saved their entire life.
entire life.
So I decided to drop out
So I
and trust
decided
that it
to
would
drop
all
out.
work out okay. It was pretty scary at the time, but
It was-
looking back,
but
it was
looking
one of
back-
the best decisions I ever made.
Made up.
The minute I dropped out,
I mean,
I could stop taking the required classes
stop.
that didn't interest me and begin dropping
begin.
in on the ones that looked far more interesting. It wasn't all romantic.
it was all
I didn't have a
romantic.
dorm room, so I slept on
didn't
the
have a
floor in
dorm
friends'
room.
rooms. I returned Coke bottles for the 5
I
cent
returned
deposits
Coke
to buy
bottles.
food with. And I would walk the 7 miles across town every Sunday night to get one good meal a week
Go-
at the Hare Krishna temple.
At Krishna Temple.
I loved it.
I loved it.
And much of what I stumbled
Much
into
of stumbled
by following
into
my curiosity and intuition
by
turned out to be
following my
priceless
curiosity
later
and-
on. Let me give you one example.
Let me give you one example.
Reed College at
Reed
that time
College
offered
has
perhaps the best calligraphy
Best
instruction in the
calligraphy
country.
institution in
Throughout the campus,
throughout the
every poster,
campus.
every label on
Post
every
every
door
level on
was
every
beautifully hand
beautiful
calligraphed.
hand calligraphy.
Because I had dropped out
Because I
and didn't have
dropped
to take
out
the normal
and
classes,
Normal classes.
I decided to take a calligraphy class to
I
learn how to
decided to-
do this. I learned about serif and sans serif
I learned
typefaces, about varying the amount of space between different letter combinations, about what makes great typography great.
What
It was beautiful,
it was beautiful, historical,
artistically subtle
artistical
in a way that
subtle in
science can't
science
capture,
can't capture,
and I found it fascinating.
and I found it
None of
fascinating
this had even a hope
None
of
of
any
this
practical application in my life.
in my life.
But 10 years later,
But
when they were
10 years
designing
later,
the first Macintosh computer,
the
it
first
all came
Macintosh
back to me.
came
And we
back to
designed
me.
it all into the
And
Mac. It was the first computer with
it was the
beautiful
first
typography.
typography.
If I had never dropped in on
If I
that
had
single
never
course in
dropped in
college,
the sync,
the Mac would have never had
The Mac
multiple
would-
typefaces or proportionally spaced fonts.
first
And since
on.
Windows just
And
copied the
since
Mac,
Windows just
it's
copied
likely
the
that no
Mac.
personal computer would have them.